looks like too many downtowns in too many American cities. For sale signs, boarded up buildings, a vision of greatness past. But here in Clarksdale, Mississippi, looks can be deceiving. Here, you gotta do more than look. You gotta listen. I'm Ty Pennington, and this is American Journey.
I treat my woman like a queen, but she keep on doing me. I treat my woman like a queen, but she keep on doing me.
This is the sound that's struggling to save one small Delta town.
I would say this town is nothing but the blues.
We are ground zero for blues music.
Decades ago, the music was born out of fields and plantations.
Blues comes from hard times and the conditions that were here present in the South during that time. The blues come out of the cotton field. It ain't a pretty place.
As Clarksdale grew, crops and factories served as its lifeblood. But then, in the 60s and 70s, a different tune, known as change. Suddenly, farms were fueled by machines, not people, and factories vanished.
The peoples have left, and there's no money. There's no jobs. The town is struggling. Been struggling for a long time.
Today, Clarksdale is betting on the past to save its future.
It used to be cotton country. Now it's blues country.
Now, restaurants, record stores, and blues museums are trickling in. And the tourists, including me, lining up. Did you get it? Awesome, lady.
Thank you.
Yeah. Known as Ground Zero of the Blues, Clarksdale is also home of such icons as Muddy Waters, John Lee Hooker, and other blues legends. And this crossroads is where legend has it, guitarist Robert Johnson sold his soul to the devil.
We have more blues artists per capita from Clarksdale, Mississippi than anywhere in the world.
To get a first-hand history lesson, I'm meeting up with hometown blues legend James Johnson, the nephew of the Big Jack Johnson. Although his fans call him something else. Hey, I'm Ty.
Hey, Ty. I'm Super Chicken.
You are Super Chicken.
I am in the Super Chicken in the feathers, baby.
First of all, awesome to meet you.
My pleasure.
I gotta ask, how did you get a name like Super Chicken?
Taking care of the chickens when I was younger. Grew up, got a job driving a taxi cab. I was a fast driver. They called me Fast Red, and it went from Fast Red to Super Chicken.
Well, I'm checking out Clarksdale, checking out the history of the town, the blues.
Well, the history of the blues is that the Europeans were studying it, and we was ignoring it. And the people around here didn't want to hear it because the old field songs that they sung was like defining the boss man, and he didn't want to hear it, so he run them out in the woods. So go out in the woods and sing that. I don't want to hear that, They go out in an old abandoned cotton house or an old abandoned house out in the woods somewhere, and then pretty soon it became a juke house. And I'm one of the last of the original Delta blues musicians around here because I was dropping out so fast. I try to stay young looking, but I'm really old as dirt.
You've probably seen Clarksdale change quite a bit over time. What was this like when you were a kid, this whole area downtown?
This was like downtown New York. On weekends, you could come here and it was shoulder bumping on both sides of the streets. There were so many people out here and all of the shops was open. We can call it a town that was live, went to sleep, woke back up again.
Oh. What do you think is sort of keeping it float, keeping it, going?
The blues. The blues. If you got the blues, then you can make it through anything. I'll pull out a guitar and pick a little blues for you. How
Seriously?
about that? Yeah.
Let's go to a blues club.
All right. All right.
This is the place?
Hey, this is the place. Ain't no blues in there right now, but it will be some in a minute.
I can't wait. Thank you.
I'm just a poor broke boy down in northern Mississippi. I'm just a poor broke boy down in northern Mississippi. Well, when it rained down south, y'all, them old back roads be kind of slippy.
Now that is some finger picking good Super Chicken right there.
Yep.
As a youngster, Super Chicken snuck into his grandfather's front porch picking parties, listening to greats such as Jimmy Reed.
I used to crawl under the porch whenever they was playing. I had my little diddly boy, a stick with a string of baling wire on it. And when they was playing, I would be whipping on my diddly bow. I crawl under the porch, and them old men would look down and see me under there through them cracks on that floor. They start stomping that floor real hard and making dust fall down in my face.
So Clarksdale has been, this town where it's had hardships, it's had struggles. It's the birthplace of the blues, and now you've got you know, a lot of tourists.
Blues is an industry now. It draws people. When you draw people to this town, the people rent hotels. They come to your club and, you know, they buy drinks and what have you. They spend money here. So the blues is well respected now.
You seem like you're pretty happy when you're playing the blues.
As soon as I strapped that guitar and started playing, it's like Superman going into a phone booth, man.
And Super Chicken going into a phone booth.
All my yesterdays, somewhere out in the country.
When Super Chicken isn't on the road, he's home, often jamming at the Ground Zero Blues Club, which opened in 2001.
Upper West Side, Manhattan, New York. Good to have you here. Have y'all eaten the fried green tomatoes yet?
It's owned by Mayor Bill Luckett and Delta native Morgan Friedman. This business was one of the first to spark the town's economic rebirth.
We had our naysayers. When we were about to open and shortly after we opened, there were people saying, what are they doing? That'll never make it here.
Clarksdale has a special heritage that we have sort of taken advantage of. We're opportunists.
You can literally see the writing on the walls here. In fact, it's encouraged.
We have people coming in here from New Zealand, the Czech Republic, Australia, and the UK are just about a daily occurrence here in this club now.
The Blues Club, because it satisfies so much for so many people that it has caught on and it's alive.
But I'll sing the blues to you.
The city now hosts the Juke Joint and Sunflower River Blues Festivals. Both bring over 10,000 people to the city. Legends like Super Chicken, Jimmy Burns, even Robert Plant headline the bill.
I'm on the Clarksdale Revitalization Board, and our motto is keeping it real. I've heard Clarksdale described as gritty. We want to keep it as authentic as we can. We're right on the cusp, I think, of it going real big now.
I'm not an employee, but I'm coming in. Order in.
Get them while they're hot.
They get a chance to live on the wild side of town with me.
Smack dab in the heart of the hot Mississippi Delta, you'll find Clarksdale, the birthplace of the blues. Once fueled by cotton and factories, parts of the town now sit deserted. But Clarksdale has a wild card up its sleeve. This town aims to survive on its blues history.
It's put a spark in the town, and it's anchored in cultural tourism.
Over the last decade, blues businesses have opened one by one. To see what this tourism thing is all about, and since I'm hungry, I'm stopping by one of Clarksdale's hottest hideaways. Hey there!
How are you?
I'm good. My name's Ty. How are you?
I'm Betty Hicks, sir.
I understand you guys have world-famous hot tamales.
Well, you heard just right.
Over the decades, politicos to professional drivers have all scarfed down these handmade delights. I know that Clarksdale gets a lot of tourism.
Yeah, we look forward to seeing.
We had people in here yesterday from Portugal, I think.
Tourists.
Really?
Portugal, somewhere.
Portugal.
Whatever.
Portugal.
Yeah.
And Sweden. I
And
think it was 10 of them from Sweden last week.
How long have you guys been making hot tamales?
55 years.
55 years?
55.
When I met him, he was making hot
Still
tamales.
doing it.
Was it the tamales that hooked you?
That was
Yeah,
it.
that's right.
He
Let me tell you
tricked
something. Let
me.
me tell you what I told her. I cannot get married to you. You cannot know how to make hot tamales.
So the hot tamales actually is the reason she may have married you.
Exactly.
Wow. Well, it sounds like you guys got some magic in those hot tamales. I think that's why I'm here. I think it's time to get busy in the kitchen. I'm not an employee, but I'm coming in.
Okay, come on, Ty. Let me show you.
Wow.
We cook our tamales. but
That's a lot of tamales.
That's a lot. Then we are ready to serve them to our customers.
I mean, how many do you make?
Oh, at least 150, 100 dozen every week.
That's a lot. So tourism really keeps you guys in business then?
Yeah, it certainly helps. If that falls off, then I guess we are gone.
So here's what I think I'd like to do. I'd like to taste a tamale.
Yeah, sure. I want you to.
But before I can put on my taster hat, some last-minute customers.
Hi there.
How are you?
How you all doing?
Good.
Good, good, good. Where you coming from?
I just came from New York City.
New York City?
Yes.
Well, what you doing here in Clarksdale?
We're on the Blues and Civil Rights Tour. And we've been here before.
You
and
have?
We've made our way right back here.
Well, we're so glad you're
It's
here.
our first place we're stopping.
If it weren't for you, I don't think we would be here.
And if it weren't for you, we wouldn't be here.
You wouldn't, so we need each other.
Can I help in any way? I'm here. I feel like I should do something.
3 tomatoes on each plate.
Right there.
All right. Do it again on another plate. And on the table.
Gotta put chili on each one, okay? You got a dozen tamales right there.
I know I don't like them too crispy. Look, I know what he's doing. He's a kitchen man.
Okay, let me tell you what this kitchen thing, I've got it.
Okay.
Right,
What
now,
table number? I'll figure it out.
I think they're over there.
Come in. Order in. I got the onion rings. You got the onion rings right here.
And I didn't tell you, Ty is one of our new employees.
You're moving on up to the east side.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, what brings you guys to Clarksdale?
This is part of it right here.
We have heard about it in a Robert Johnson song. Hot tamales, yeah, get them while they're hot.
You guys enjoy your time in Clarksdale?
Okay.
Hey, I did pretty good, right? For the first day on the job, I did pretty good.
Now, it's my tamale time.
All right, so here we go.
And they're soft. They're moist.
And delicious.
What about these gentlemen?
I don't know. I get the feeling these guys would like to taste it.
Well, we're going to have to let them take it.
I bet you would.
It's not just businesses like Hicks cashing in on the blues.
Look over there. That's a juke joint there, baby.
Brad Payton is a character. He's been running a juke joint for over 40 years. He really caters to tourists seeking that underground experience.
You know, they just want to know what it feels like to be in a juke joint. They get a chance to live on the wild side of town with me.
And with tourists come dollars.
It means more income for the locals and stuff. They have jobs and stuff. So as a whole, it's doing the whole town some good.
Where are you all from?
Near St. Louis.
St. Louis. Well, welcome to Clarksdale.
Now, newer restaurants are popping up in buildings with a historic past.
It's about reclaiming this town and reclaiming this community and rebuilding it.
Meet downtown redeveloper Bubba O'Keefe. Now, he bought the old abandoned Woolworths building, renovated it, and now Yazoo Pass Coffee Shop is open.
And kids would walk by when I was renovating the building, and they'd say, "What are you doing with this building?" And I would tell them, and they'd say, "Okay." You know, they were like, I think you're crazy too, you know.
O'Keefe believes the bigger lesson, though, isn't about economics. Instead, it focuses on hope for Clarksdale's younger generation.
They've seen it go from a derelict position to a viable future. And that's the same thing with them. They have a viable future.
You found us.
So the shack that we're in, like, it actually was somebody's home.
Vice grips, man.
I grew up in the juke joints. They used to hide us behind the beer cooler when the police come.
Surviving on its blues history, the once dying town of Clarksdale, Mississippi is luring tourists with its music, grittiness, and chance to relive, if not stay in the past. So, needing to rest my blues-weary head, I'm checking out and checking in to the Shack Up Inn.
Wow.
This shanty town of shacks is located on the grounds of the old Hobson plantation, the site where the first mechanized cotton picker was introduced. See? That's the same building.
Hey there.
Hey, man.
I'm Ty.
I'm Guy.
Guy?
Hey.
Excellent. So this is the Shack Up Inn.
Yeah, man. You're here.
Well,
You found us.
Well, yeah. As far as like tourism, I mean, this is probably the place, right?
We had about 20,000 people stay.
Wow.
Last year.
Once a working plantation, it's now a piece of living history, housing custom, if you will, accommodations, with junk being the decorative detail of choice.
And you get live blues the minute you walk in the door.
We've got a recording session going on today.
So y'all record bands as well as rent rooms?
We do. If they're worthy, we record them.
And I see that there's guitars on the wall.
One of the few amenities we offer, an acoustic guitar.
Oh, so that's sort of like complimentary to the room. You just have to return it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let me go check out a room.
Check it out, man.
Well, a shack.
Let's
go
check
check
it
out
out.
a shack.
Guy Malvezi says it all started in the late 90s when he and his business partners bought the old plantation with the original cotton gin and seed houses. They moved one sharecropper shack onto the property to house blues tourists, and before long, there were over 25. And now some of these shacks, though, like they have names like Pine Top.
Pine Top Perkins, he was a piano player that played with Muddy Waters. He lived on this plantation back in the 40s.
Oh, okay.
If you're a musician or an artist or just somebody that's into history or civil rights, this is the place.
Wow.
This is the Cadillac Shack in all its glory.
So the shack that we're in, like this place that I'm staying tonight, it actually was somebody's home.
This shack came from about 3 or 4 miles down the road from us, and this was a cook shack, and I think her name was Cookie. Each shack has its own little history. We've got the Cadillac Shack, the Crossroads Shack, the Full of Love Shack, the Robert Clay Shack.
Clearly, what makes this different from other places you could stay? Well, it's not many places that actually have aluminum
corrugated tin roof, and the television, all you get's the blues channel. We just kind of ram it down their throat.
Not really a TV, but it's just a blues channel audio that clearly has power.
Everything you would need as long as you're a normal person.
Right.
You know, a 5-star wouldn't be happy here.
Wash my hands.
Pretty pitiful bathroom right here. This might be an old cotton sack or something there. Who knows, you know?
Now, I love this. So you've got your hot and cold pliers.
Vice grips,
Vice
man.
grips, yeah.
Mini vice grips. There was a review where somebody mentioned how tacky the handles in the shower were, and I just thought, you didn't need to be at our place.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. You can't appreciate that.
Well, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. What is really interesting is you get a lot of people that are coming from around the world. I mean, you know, to stay at this place.
Absolutely enthralled with the blues. Our intention was basically to preserve a piece of history, good or bad. Hopefully this place will be here long after I'm gone. Here's your key, man.
All right.
Enjoy your shack.
I appreciate it.
See you tomorrow.
All right, I have everything I need.
Okay.
AC and a guitar and vice grips on the shower.
There you go. Enjoy yourself.
But my visit to the shack up in wouldn't be complete without pondering the future of the Delta Blues. So I'm meeting up with someone young who's keeping it alive.
Somebody so won't bury me. Seem like they.
Cedric Burnside was literally born into the blues. He was raised by his grandfather, the famous R.L. Burnside. So you're sort of the younger generation of the blues around here, right?
Yeah, some of them. I started playing drums when I was 7 years old, and I started playing guitar, you know, about 12, 13 years ago, and my granddad, you know, influenced me to the fullest, you know. I grew up in the juke joints. They used to hide us behind the beer cooler when the police come because, you know, we don't supposed to be in there, we're too young,
Right.
you know.
Any advice he gave you, or is there any, like a phrase he would always say that'll stick with you forever?
Well, his main words was, well, you know. Every time he got through playing a gig or something, well, you know.
So what do you think has to happen for Clarksdale to survive?
I think blues got to stay here, you know, definitely.
You gonna continue playing the blues as long as you can?
Oh yeah, that's my heart, you know, that's my heart and soul. I was a blues baby, I was a blues kid, and you know, now I'm a blues man, and I'm a die blues man, you know.
On that night it got high, changed his clothes. Girl got drunk, cold out door. Poor black man ain't got changing clothes. Girl got drunk, throw her clothes out door.
Yeah! Nice.
Well.
From front porch picking to juke joints to festivals, Clarksdale is just one small Delta town banking on the blues. And let's all hope that's one song that never ends. For American Journey, I'm Ty Pennington. And now, it's time for me to go check out some blues.